7.8, solving equations with variables on both sides. First three examples we have here, we're just going to do A and B because these notes are kind of long today, so we're just going to do it A and B. They give us the answer. It says check if the given value is a solution or not. If they say x equals 3, is that correct or not? What you need to do today, the biggest thing you need to do, make sure you draw that line down the equation side. Equal sign of the equation, okay? So if I put 3 in here for this x and this x, is that equal? Does 2, what does that mean? 2, what does 2x mean if I put a 3 here? Plus, minus, subtract, add what? Multiply, so 2 times 3 minus 9. Does that equal 3 minus 6? Does it work? So does this side of the equation come up with the same answer as what this side comes up with?
Yeah.
Hold it up on your board. And I'm saying yes, because 2 times 3 is 6 minus 9. Fight or unite? Fight. Who wins?
9.
The negative 9 by how many?
3.
Does that equal what is 3 minus 6? Fight or unite? Fight. Who wins?
Negative 6.
By how many? Negative wins by 3. So yes, they are equal. How many solutions then will work in that equation?
Infinity.
Nope. That would mean any number I could pick.
1.
There's one solution. What is it? 3. 3 is the only number that'll work in that equation. It has one solution, and it's 3. Try B. Write your answer on your board. And tell me what you get your numbers to be. 10 equals 10. 5 equals negative 2. What do you get it to be? Yes or no? Hold up your answer. So you all came up with the answer no, which was correct. But some of your numbers weren't correct. If you put the negative 2 in for your x, 8 plus 7 times negative 2, does that equal 5 times negative 2 minus 6? Draw your line. What do I have to do first?
You have to combine like terms.
And what do you mean?
7 times.
Orders of operations, right? So multiplying, I get 8 plus what's 7 times the negative 2?
Negative 14.
Negative 14. Oops, I didn't want a double sign there though. So I've got 8 minus 14. Fight or unite?
5.
Fight. Who wins? Negative by how many?
6.
6. Does that equal what's 5 times a negative 2?
Negative 10.
A negative 10.
Minus 6.
And bring down your minus 6. Fight or unite?
Unite.
And I get?
Negative 16.
So no. That does not equal. So that is not a solution. All right, let's skip ahead. Skip C, 2 vocab, no solution and all real numbers, meaning infinitely many. The answer is infinite. Make sure you get these examples over here written in. This is when the variables cancel out and you just have a number equaling a number. If they're different on both sides, it's no solution. If the variables cancel out and the numbers are same, they're equal on each side of the equal sign, then it's infinite. Any number in the whole world will work. And this, where do we find this in our notes?
32.
Page 32 in your notes.
That is page 32.
Oh, is that finally we got to the one we've been writing it on? Yay! We finally caught up to it. All right, let's do example A. First thing we do is what?
Draw the line.
Yes, draw that line down the equal sign. It's kind of like a scale. It's got a balance, all right? This side has to be equal, so you have a scale that's like this. If it's unequal, it's like this. You can't have that. So, starting with the variables first. I've got 5x over on this side, on the left side. 9x on the right side. What do you want to do? It doesn't matter. Do you want to take this 5x and move it over to this side? Or do you want a red rover, send over the 9x over here? We can do the 9x. That's fine. You're the first class to pick it. Everybody else was moving the 5 over here.
Yeah, what do we do?
It doesn't matter. No, let's do it this way. Let's do it different. Because you get the same answer no matter what. So minus 9x, then from this side, what does a positive 9x and a minus 9x give me? A 0. And minus 9x over here. 5x minus 9x on this side is what?
-4.
I get a negative 4x. Done? What do I do?
Down to -7.
Yep, don't forget to bring that down. And what is this that we bring down? A negative 7 equals, and I need to bring the 21 down on this side. Now what do I do? Do I want to bring the 21 and Red Rover it over here? Say no.
No.
Because that would leave me with 0 then. We need to get all of our variables on one side, all my, what do we call our numbers? Constants. Well, we don't want to move this one over here, and then we're just going to have to end up moving one of these two back over on the other side. So what should I do? Red Rover, send over. Whoops, what happened? Plus 7. So we'll send over the 7. Negative 7 and a positive 7 is what? 0. Cancels each other out. Leaves me with what on this side? 4x like that? Is this right? What is it missing? The negative sign. Equals, what's 21 plus 7? 28. Now my final step. Do I multiply or divide? Divide both sides by?
-7.
Negative 4. 1x or x equals a negative 7. All right, you try B. Hold up your answer. Draw the line down the equal sign. And it doesn't matter which way. I'm going to minus my 3x. Because my plus 3x then and my minus 3x cancel out. Minus 3x over here. What do I get? What's a 5x minus 3x? 2x. If you would have done it the other way, you would have gotten a negative 2x over here on this side. All right, then we need to do what? I need to get my numbers on the same side. Well, if my variable's over here, I'm going to have to move my 20 that way, minus 20. A negative 6 and a minus 20 is what? Yep. A negative what?
14.
Negative 6, negative 20, fight or unite? They're both on the same team, aren't they? They're both negatives. Unite, add them together, and I get a negative 26. Divide by 2, x equals negative 13.
Oh, that's what I forgot.
All right, try C. What do I have to do first on this one? Before I Red Rover, send over, what must I get rid of? Parentheses, using what property?
Distributive.
The distributive property. Make sure you use that to get rid of the parentheses first. Bring this side down. And go from there. Hold up your answer when you get it. So when I did the distributive property, I get 2x plus 14. Then Red Rover, send over. I'll do this one. We'll plus 2x to both sides. Plus 2x. I get 4x, and then bring down your 14 equals, bring down your negative 18. You guys are getting some half points out there. You guys are losing a negative sign in there, so don't do that. Keep track. Now I need to get this over here. Subtract your 14. 4x equals, is this a fight or unite? Fight or unite? A unite, they're both on the same team. We get a negative, what? 32. Now we're down to our last step, divide by, what?
4.
Positive 4. X equals a negative 8. All right, let's skip and go to letter E. Now, this is kind of a special situation, because when we do our distributive property, we get 6x plus 12 equals, on this side, we get 6x plus 12. Are they not identical? Can we not look at that and go, hey, this right now is identical to this side? Would they still be identical if this had a negative sign? No, then they would not be. But in this case, they are identical. So what you did is, oh, maybe you didn't notice that right away. Oh, I'm going to say maybe I'll go to the negative 6x, minus it to both sides. Cancels out, but wait a minute, it cancels out over here too. Well, what happens if I minus the 12? Well, those cancel out too. I get 0 equals 0. So far, I'm right. Infinite. All right, when they're equal, when the numbers are the same on both sides, infinite solutions. Infinity and beyond, all numbers, all solutions. Any number in the whole wide world will work in that equation. All right, one more, letter F. All right, so we draw our line. And we do the distributive property first. So 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times a negative 1 is what? A negative 4. A negative 4. Bring down 12x over here. Now I have to do what? Red Rover, from left to right or right to left? What is it? Right to left. So I'm going to get this over here. So minus 12x. That cancels out. Minus 12x here. And what happens over here now? Some people put x. Do I have a 1x left? When you look up here, eyes up here. If I go 12x minus 12x, does that leave me with x? That leaves me with 0x. We don't write ox. That cancels each other out. We have 0 equals, and then we have our minus 4 left. So some people held that up, and I said, so far you're right. So what does that mean? My variables disappeared. That is not a balanced scale by any means. So what is this? Infinite or no? No number. Not any number. You cannot come up with a number. There's no number to make that equation true. That's a bad equation. No solution. There's no solution to that equation. All right, so you can start your